Welcome to the SciFi Pubcast. Come for a drink, but stay for the speculation. We're talking Mars, the red planet, and its role in science fiction. Marvin the Martian has nothing on us. Dr. Randal Graham, author of Beforelife, joins us. So grab a drink, preferably something red. This is the SciFi Pubcast. Greetings, welcome to the SciFi Pubcast, the podcast that tries to be a pub, and perhaps someday a pub that tries to be a podcast. And as always, we are looking for people to come visit our bar, so if you're passionate about something, want to be on a podcast, please let us know. It's Joe, I'm here, I'm looking around, and what's this snorting in the background? Someone's snorting. Derek, is that you?
What?
Oh, there you go. I'm hearing background noise. That's how we do our opening. Great. So, Derek, we have Derek the BB. Who else do we have? We have Carrie.
Hey, Joel.
Hey, and we have Dr. Randal Graham. Hi, Randal.
Hey, everybody.
Yes, Randal Graham, author of Beforelife. Go out and buy it today. Yes, we always
Thank you very much.
We always have to plug his book. That's how we get him on the podcast.
Well, while we are celebrating literature, though, I think it is important to point out that one of our number has just completed his 10th novel. And that isn't me.
Wait.
What?
No, it couldn't be.
Now, has he published any of these 10 novels?
He has published one of them.
Which I have read and quite enjoyed.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the other 9 are looking for an agent right now.
So if any agents are listening to and enjoying Derek's contributions to the pubcast, he's a fine young author.
Well, thank you. I actually finished it on Valentine's Day as a romantic gift to myself.
Oh, God. I want to.
I don't want to know.
Gifted to himself.
Did you put F?
All right. Yes. Okay. Derek, what's the name of your 10th novel you just finished?
Well, this one was called The Final Flight of the Manatee, and it's the 5th book in a series that has not been published at all. But I am querying agents for this series.
Okay.
It's a high fantasy series like Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Cool. So if we're in the elevator right now and you're going to give me your elevator pitch, say I'm an agent, and keep in mind we're going from the first floor to the second floor, so you got like 5 seconds to give the pitch. What would you say?
Wow, way to ambush me. Well, the first book is basically Heart of Darkness in a Lord of the Rings setting. It's about a guy who's being sent to assassinate the evil sorcerer, but as he goes, quote-unquote, upriver, he kind of learns disturbing things about the enemy and about his own side, and then he has to decide whether he's going to join the bad guy or stick with, his masters.
Okay, interesting. And it goes on from there.
Yep.
Sounds like a day in the life of Joel. Okay. Carrie, how you doing?
Yes, I'm doing good. I haven't left the house since yesterday, and yeah, I've been just catching up on movies and stuff this weekend. And
there's nothing wrong with that. So.
Nope, not at all.
And let's see, Randal, how you doing?
Doing pretty well. We're now on the cusp of reading week beginning, so we have a week with no classes coming up, which is a nice little break and a chance to catch up on some reading and writing. So looking forward to that and looking forward to participating in today's podcast.
Excellent. And looks like you recovered from your cold you got from the Star Trek cruise.
I missed the sultry voice. Now I have my old nasally job back, but I feel much better. Thank you for asking, and all is well.
Yes, and if you want your really cool, deep-sounding voice, all you have to do is drink some whiskey, which I think you're doing right now, right?
I do. I have poured myself a 10-year-old Lafroig.
Lovely. Let's see. With me, I got nothing much on the go. Let's see. Work. I went to a brew fest in Ottawa on Friday night a couple of days ago, and that's like a beer festival in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Just speaking about our recommendations, instead of having a beer recommendation, what I'm going to say, go out and check your local beer festival. It's a great way to try craft beers because I'm still on the craft beer binge, and hey, this is a pub, right?
Works for me.
Yeah, exactly. And I hate to say this, I always hate asking this. Hey, Derek?
Yo.
How's the kitchen doing?
It's great. We have a special today for our weekly subject. I call them Martian cookies. You know that abandoned construction site across the street from us, which is why we were able to get such a good deal on this place? Well, there's a lot of red mortar bricks lying around. So what I did was I smashed them with a sledgehammer until I got them into a fine little powder. You mix that with a lot of sugar, bake it in an oven, and you got yourself a cookie.
Okay.
I knew I made a poor decision by eating during this recording.
Just be kind of careful when you bite into them because they are very crunchy.
Right. At least they're not organic, so that we know of.
Yes, they are gluten-free.
Oh,
so.
good. Okay, right. Well, yeah, let's just push forward because I got nothing I can't say anything to that. Well, we're talking Mars, the red planet. Yes, the fourth planet from the sun. We're talking Marvin the Martian territory here. So we're asking questions like, what makes the red planet such a good setting for science fiction? And why do we as a species want to visit it so badly? You could say this topic rocks.
Well, it is a place where gravity's low and the water is snow and the desert winds blow you away.
That was poetic.
Is that a song lyric?
Yes, it is, actually.
Oh, okay, lovely.
Oh, God. So I got this topic because Mars has been in the news recently for a variety of different things. It's always been in our consciousness, but you have SpaceX doing their thing, trying to have the first manned flight to Mars, which would be really cool. We have, of course, this Dutch guy's company called Mars One just filed bankruptcy last week. About 200,000, was it 200,000 people? 2,000 people signed up to go to Mars on a one-way trip. Yeah, like that worked out. So, or questionable ideas, like a one-way trip to a planet that can sustain yourself for life. So, yes, Mars. You can see it with your naked eye at times at night. How cool is that? Is that?
That is awesome.
Why do I have to be naked to see it?
Yeah, okay. Only if you want to. Wow, this is going to go down quite well. So, of course, also things like real-life missions to Mars, and we're really big on the whole real-life science that's being done. We have the opportunity, just lasted 15 years producing science, and just recently, within the last couple of days, died. So there's that. I don't know. You have tons of different missions to Mars. Some successful, some weren't. But it's us as humans reaching out beyond our little rock to another rock in the solar system.
Well, and 3 of us are from there, apparently.
Oh, yeah?
And Carrie's from Venus.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Well, I know that was where Randal was going.
Oh, God. See, I was thinking about some... what's the theory that life came from comets or from meteors after everything died on Earth and came back to us through Mars? Martian rocks. There's a term, I can look it up. It's really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, well, so...
Wait, are you talking about the general panspermia theory or something specifically about Mars?
No, panspermia, yeah. So they're thinking Martian rocks, yeah, as a possible
I don't
theory.
think it was Martian rocks, but just kind of like something from another comet from another solar system.
Yeah, but one of the theories is that if there's actually life on Mars previously, and they found proof of that, if you look at the timelines, it's possible that, so life from Earth came from Mars, and they just kind of hopped the planet over. But, that could be its own separate show with hard science, and we can get experts, because I'm certainly not even close to knowing what I'm talking about.
Well, if I understand correctly from the footage I've seen, if you want to get life on Mars, you just add water to those little capsules, and you get instant Martians. Remember Marvin the Martian?
Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And he had his instant Martians who look like big flightless birds and run around. You just add little drops of water, and they'd go running around chasing Bugs Bunny.
Oh, God.
Or Duck Dodgers.
And this is how we started off the show. Yes, Marvin the Martian, the most important.
There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
I love Marvin the Martian. Actually, when Joel said that this was going to be the topic, that was the first thing that popped into my mind was Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, he motivates me at work by pointing his iridium pube explaining space modulator at me.
Excellent. Are you obstructing his view of Venus?
No, I'm obstructing his view of the cubicle behind mine.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, God. Marvin the Martian, famous Warner Brothers Looney Tune character. Yes, first appeared in 1948. Wow.
Yeah, I read up on him a bit in preparation for today, and there were some things about him I didn't realize. I didn't know that he was never known as Marvin the Martian until decades after the shows on which he'd appeared because they wanted to market him. He didn't have a name. And I hadn't realized that he was created, in effect, to be an opposite of Yosemite Sam. He was supposed to be soft-spoken and highly intellectual, yet actually dangerous.
Which actually, he fills all those things. So, mazel tov.
Yeah, neat little guy. Mm-hmm. And my favorite thing about him that I hadn't realized, because I was a tiny little kid the first time I saw him, but his armor that he wears is supposed to be patterned on the god Mars, the god of war.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I hadn't thought of that as a little guy.
Well, I mean, he always looked kind of like a Roman.
Yeah, he's got his little centurion outfit, but yeah, I hadn't really drawn connect the dots between the god Mars and little Marvin the Martian.
Oh, wow. I'm just reading
Nice.
up right out. There was a scene with Marvin the Martian on in the background in Close Encounters of a Third Kind.
Oh,
Who
nice.
knew? Who knew?
Not me. I would not have gotten that trivia correct.
There you go. Yeah.
Neither would I.
What else? Spielberg is saying that Lucas is got the influence of Darth Vader with Marvin the Martian's design. Not sure how true that is.
That's kind of
I never heard that before.
It's on Wikipedia, so it must be true.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, because
What
everything
I,
on
what
the
I
internet
saw
is
was
true.
that it was based on like Japanese samurai armor.
Yeah, it was, of course. So that's kind of cool. Martian.
Except that the helmet looks more like a Roman centurion.
Oh, Marvin's helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Marvin appeared in Ready Player One, the Steven Spielberg movie from 2018, based off the book, of course. So
Excellent.
you can go back and try to locate him in the film. And if you do and find where it's at, let us know, because I'm not going to watch the movie again anytime soon. What else do we have? Honestly, if you look at Mars in fiction, there's actually a giant Wikipedia article that lists all whack of stuff, because it goes back way, like early in fiction. And it's kind of cool that way. Just give me a second here, because you look back at things like War of the Worlds with H.G. Wells. The alien attack, well, guess what? It came from Mars. Mm-hmm. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Yeah. And, it first appeared, I'm reading 1880 in Cross the Zodiac by Percy Gregg. You think about this. If we need to have aliens attack us or come visit us from somewhere, you look up to the nearest object in the sky. Which, besides the moon, which has its own great history in science fiction, it's Mars.
No, it's the sun. It's bigger.
It's bigger, but
Nice.
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Physics by Derek.
fire creature. Talking about going nuclear. So there's that, and you're looking on the stick. I don't know, things like that. Inspiration, War of the Worlds. 1900s, like 1906, all that stuff. Of course, just to still talk about some of the earlier works before we get into the more contemporary stuff, you have John Carter of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs, who did Tarzan as well.
By pure coincidence, I just watched that movie a week or two ago.
Oh yeah,
I have not seen it.
Well,
Me neither.
It's not amazing, but it's good.
Yeah,
It looks great.
Yeah, Disney lost their shirt on that, but
Oh yeah.
But they got
Along
it back.
with Mars Needs Moms, which was the CGI kids movie that came out the year before.
Oh wow.
So Mars has not been good for Disney.
Yeah, because Mars is just too cliche now, right? You need more exotic stuff, like Mars. We sent robots there in real life,
And they were already conquered by Santa Claus.
Exactly.
Wait, the Martians were conquered by Santa Claus?
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't know that movie?
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. You've never seen it?
It's
No.
It's
Worst movie ever.
Santa Goes to War.
Wow. Okay.
It's actually
This was
covered
in
by,
the 60s. Mystery Science Theater 3000 famously covered it.
That's right.
That's how I know of it.
Okay.
I saw it on one of those, afternoons of horrible movies when I was about 12 years old. And when they would play just the worst crap that you could ever imagine being filmed. And that was one of them. But yeah, then I did see the MST3K episode devoted to it. It is hilariously bad.
What I found really interesting about early Martian fiction was that if you look at the list, it all starts a few years after 1877, which was when they began observing Mars with the telescope that was actually good enough to see something. And that's when they started Giovanni Schiaparelli observed it in 1877, and he thought he was seeing bodies of water and canals, which of course was just, image distortion because the telescopes were not that great. But that struck the imagination of people, because if there's straight lines on an alien planet, well, someone must have built something there. So all of a sudden, they've known about Mars. The ancient Mesopotamians and Sumerians, they saw that dot in the sky, and it was just another planet or star or god or whatever you want to say. But starting in the late 1800s with telescopes, they were actually able to directly perceive the planet. And then when they saw what appeared to be signs of life on it, that was a major breakthrough. And all of a sudden people started imagining, my God, what if that place right up there has other people on it and they're looking down on us too? And that's why most of the early Martian fiction portrays Mars as a habitable world or a dying world that has seas and life on it. And then only when they started getting better telescopes and they actually got a decent look at it, this was more towards the 1910s, the 1920s, that's when they realized, it is a dead world. There aren't actually canals on there. But there was that interesting period of the first few decades, which coincides with around the birth of science fiction, of, seeing what to them appeared to be conclusive proof of alien life on another world.
That's very cool.
Interesting.
I remember as a kid going somewhere out west, and I guess it was the Lowell Observatory, because I saw in the notes here that Lowell was one of the people to first observe Mars with a telescope, and he was, drawing maps of canals and everything. So I actually went there as a kid to the telescope where he observed Mars and drew all the canals.
That's very neat.
Yeah.
So do you recommend us moving there as a pub? Like, is there a good infrastructure in place, or is there a customer base? Could people walk
the
through
Lowell Observatory or Mars?
Mars, that is.
Okay. Well, we'll have plenty of ice for the drinks if we stay at one of the poles.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it depends what sci-fi universe we live in, because depending on the fandom you experience or the literature you choose, Mars is in a very different shape depending on which body of literature you're accessing.
Yeah, sometimes the Martians are extinct, or Mars has been overrun by white Martians, and the green Martians have been destroyed, except for the one guy who escaped to Earth.
Oh, Martian Manhunter.
Yes.
I forgot about him.
Yes, John Jones.
Fantastic.
It was awesome.
I love that character.
So
now, I wonder which character is more universally known and famous, the Martian Manhunter or Marvin the Martian?
Probably Marvin the Martian.
Oh, it's got to be Marvin.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that. The Martian Manhunter? I don't know this person. Or do I?
He's
Comics. From DC comic books. He's on the Justice League. He's one of the big seven of the Justice League.
All right, I'm so out of touch.
He's been featured very prominently in the current Supergirl series.
Okay.
He's often in the comics, often referred to as one of the most dangerous beings on the planet.
Yeah, because he's a mind reader.
He's got so many powers.
Because not only is he, I don't know if he's as strong as Superman, but he is very, very strong. And he's also a very powerful telepath, and he can also turn intangible, and he can also shapeshift. So he's got a lot of stuff on his plate.
Yeah, listen, I'll take the ability to figure out what people are thinking. That would help me with dating women. I can tell you that in my relationships.
Nice. Now, does the Martian Manhunter die if you play him the Indian Love Call song?
No.
No. People get the reference?
So. Yes.
No.
Mars Attacks.
Oh, God.
Don't run. We are your
Remember,
friends.
that's how they defeated all the Martians, by playing that song, the Indian Love Call tune.
I just watched that movie as well, but I had no idea what it was called. I just remembered, I'm calling you.
Ow.
Oh, we've lost Carrie.
Well, that's the whole point. The high note was what caused their brains to explode.
That's right.
That's how I knew the name of the track.
Oh, wow. Mars Attack. What year is that? That was from, 1986?
No, the 90s. It was based off. It was based
96.
off of a set of trading cards, though.
All right, sorry. It's 1996, and of course was directed by Tim Burton. Yeah, and had some really high-end actors of the day, of course, like Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close,
Pierce Brosnan, Martin Short,
Denny
Michael J.
DeVito.
Fox.
Yeah.
And,
I still have to.
yeah, I just recently saw that movie as well, and that movie's a lot of fun. Those Martians are so funny.
I haven't seen that movie in 20 years. It's due. I have to get a copy of that somehow.
It's on
Well,
Amazon
I love how
Prime
they're
right
just
now.
Yeah.
I love how they're completely murderous and also have a horrible sense of humor.
Yeah.
They just want to inflict death in the funniest possible ways.
And just like the Daleks, I just find the idea of them constantly shouting at one another hilarious. Like nothing is low. It's all like ack 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 ack.
That is
there's no voice modulation at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm frightened. All right.
Oh yeah.
So what else can we say? Well, let's jump into some more contemporary stuff. When I think of Mars, I think of Total Recall. I do.
Yeah.
The original one, not the remake, which doesn't take place in Mars, I understand.
I know. I was
yeah.
so disappointed. It just like they don't go to Mars. They go to like the planet's core of Earth. And I was so disappointed. I was like, it's all about Mars. Who cares about the core?
Yeah, so of course we're talking about the 1990 film Total Recall, starring, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger, among many others. And Sharon Stone, of course, and Michael Ironside.
Whenever I think of that movie, the only scene that pops into my head is Arnold Schwarzenegger's eyes bugging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think of that too.
See, the only scene that I remember very, very well is the one with the three breasts. But that was our last episode with the movie Paul. So
You seem to have a fixation there, Joel.
I don't know why.
We can explore this.
I don't know why.
Yeah, but this idea of going on a vacation to Mars, and there's unrest on Mars. Let me ask you this: what franchise with Mars involved doesn't have unrest on Mars? Like Mars is always in a state of rebellion, is it not?
Not Star Trek.
Oh.
Yeah, not Star Trek.
Okay,
In Star Trek Enterprise, that's where the racist people in the last season were based
Right. Never mind.
Yeah, but I'm primarily fixated on Utopia Planitia shipyards, where all of the best ships from Star Trek were built. And Leia Brahms worked there, and Trip Tucker worked there. Ben Sisko worked there for 3 years. And all of our favorite ships, including my absolute favorite, the Defiant, were built and designed there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a happy place, at least for that part of Star Trek. It was bad at the outset of Star Trek because, if you'll recall, within 2 years of the finding or the creation of the Martian colonies, which is supposed to be in 2103, the Jack the Ripper entity, Red Jack, went to Mars and killed 8 women.
All right.
Right.
Yes.
Was this a TOS episode?
Yeah, the original series, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
I
Actually,
was going to say, that sounds like something from the original series.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. So
And the first colonists who colonized Mars included Jean-Luc Picard's ancestors. He mentioned that in the Generations movie.
Right. I forgot about that.
And there aren't that many other Martian elements in Star Trek other than Utopia Planitia. I mean, we have the court-martial episode is when they mentioned that the colonies were founded in 2103. Simon Tarses from the Drumhead episode, remember, who's a quarter Romulan. He's a crewman on the Enterprise. He was born on Mars colony. And there are other references to people working there, being born there. But other than that, not a whole lot of references. And even when they talk about Utopia Planitia, if you don't know that Utopia Planitia is on Mars from just like being aware of Martian geography, it's not really talked about that much in Star Trek, the fact that all of this stuff is happening on Mars.
do you think that was on purpose in terms of the writing of Star Trek, where they want to focus beyond Mars as opposed to just the solar system?
Yeah, I mean, in some of the old back-in-timey episodes, they make some reference to it, right? Like, I remember the Voyager episode about the Millennium Gate. I think it was called 1159. When we're talking about Catherine Janeway's forebears working on the Millennium Gate, they mention when Martian colonies were built. I think they said in 2069 is when they built the first structures on Mars from that episode. So there are occasional references, and they talk about the Martian defense perimeter when the Borg are attacking the Sol system at one point. But apart from that, yeah, they focus on outer reaches of the possibilities of exploration rather than our immediate neighborhood.
Interesting. In Star Trek lore, so did we colonize the moon before we went to Mars, or did we jump the moon and went directly to Mars?
There are colonies on the moon. There are cities on the moon. I forget the name of the big city that you can see. New Sydney, I think, is a city on the moon. So yeah, they colonized both.
But they don't. But they haven't actually said which was colonized first, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I don't recall that.
I can only assume that the moon was hit first. It's closest.
Yeah, so it's a big debate in like real science world, right? In terms of space exploration, where do you need a moon base or do you want to go directly to Mars? Because Mars has water, which you could possibly use, but it takes a year and a half to get there. So, and what's more good for you, bang for your buck? And of course, if the Americans wants to go to Mars because they want to beat, say, the Chinese or the Russians, then they'll go and do it, right? So you have all this competition happening.
Now, I think I can start a Martian controversy here.
Oh, good.
By saying that almost all of the worst Babylon 5 episodes had something to do with Mars.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
We have a rebellion. Wait. Okay. Go ahead.
I just did not find those episodes interesting. I mean, traveling to Mars, trying to get the Martian government to assist with the war against the shadows. The only time I liked I love Babylon 5, don't get me wrong, and I assume Derek will fight me on this because I know he loves Babylon 5, but the only Mars-focused element of that series that I thought was really well executed was the finding of the first shadow vessel when that was uncovered by archaeologists on Mars.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I remember
not
that.
archaeologists, but yeah, people digging on Mars. I thought that was pretty cool. But all the episodes with trying to recruit the Martians to assist and Mars declaring its independence and Mars being neutral in the Earth-Minbari War, I just found whenever they focused on the Mars stuff, and when Garibaldi went back to Mars, I found it all just lame.
Oh, man. Hey, Randall, just remember, Richard Biggs, the who plays Dr. Stephen Franklin.
Yep.
Right? He had a great time at Mars. He got really, really close with that resistance leader.
He did indeed. Yeah, and I like
Steven.
that character.
I remember that's how that one episode ended.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. That's the word.
Well,
That's
Marcus
the best.
is out in
That's
other
the
room.
best.
Oh, gosh.
Fun piece of trivia. My first episode of Babylon 5 was actually Racing Mars, season 4, episode 10, I want to say. So I actually started with the Martian storyline before ever getting to see the cool stuff with the Shadow War and stuff.
So it was only uphill from there.
Yeah, so for me, I didn't mind it as much because I didn't know what I was missing out on.
Gotcha.
And there were some, I believe that amazing sequence, it's like a music video when Sheridan gets captured by Earth Force. Wasn't that in a bar on Mars, or was that a different planet? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't recall. I remember the scene, but I don't remember where it was set.
I love that scene.
But this does feed into Joel's comment earlier that Mars is often seen as a place where things are going badly. And I think that's right. I mean, if I look back on all of the other Mars fiction that I'm aware of that's sort of set in the distant future, it's never a paradise planet. Like, it's not Risa. And I read a book just a couple of years ago called Red Planet Blues by a Canadian novelist called Robert Sawyer. It's sort of a noir detective novel set on Mars. And yeah, it seems like the sort of place where you might experience sci-fi along the lines of An Android's Dream of Electric Sheep. You know, that sort of dark, dismal kind of dystopian future rather than a happy, idyllic future.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the fact that it's the colonies. So you have reflections of historical happenings such as the American Revolution / the American War of Independence, right? But why is it always the colonies that rebel that we think of Mars? Why not the good colonies like Canada and Australia, places like that had peaceful change of like independence?
Well, because for a story you need conflict.
I know.
Yeah.
And obviously, traditionally, you're going to pick a known entity to be your hero, which would be Earth. Therefore, the Martians would be the bad guys.
Yes, this is what you
The
need.
conflict.
You need more lawyers and to have more constitutional law developments in order to have a peaceful transition to an independent democratic government. So
The Canadian approach to Mars. No fighting, free healthcare.
yes. No. Okay.
So what you're saying is that the Canadians should get to Mars first.
No, that involves spending money. So we will just get us on.
Never mind.
Okay.
Well, Mars is already red and white.
Oh,
So
Very
there's
nice.
your flag.
Good point.
and the winter. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a very interesting point. Where it's always the colonies that's they're in a state of rebellion, or there's unrest, or there's an uprising, and Mars. What is there to do there? Mining or building stuff.
You can grow potatoes in your own poo.
Hey,
True.
I really like that movie, The Martian.
Or in Matt
That was
Damon's
an
poo,
awesome
I guess.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, The Martian. I have it on Blu-ray, and it's one of my go-to movies when I feel down and down. I'll just put on The Martian. It always picks me back up. It's from 2015, of course, directed by Ridley Scott and based off of the book by Andy Weir. So
I actually read the book before the movie came out, and the book is really good too. The book is actually a lot more funny than the movie was. It was I would almost classify the book as a comedy because he's just like cracking jokes the entire way through. It was very enjoyable.
yeah.
Maybe
Was the line about flying around like Iron Man, was that in the book?
I don't remember, but I'm sure it was.
I
maybe
love that line.
Maybe the people who decided that it should get a Golden Globe nomination for comedy read the book instead of watched the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Golden Globe nomination.
Because I kind of got why it got the nomination for comedy, because it was funny in a dark humor sort of way, but I don't think it was a comedy.
Well, the only reason they did that is because they didn't want to face the competition in the actual drama category, so they knew they would increase their chances of winning by avoiding actual dramatic movies.
Right.
Yeah, I remember Ricky Gervais talking about that on the Golden Globes, laughing and saying, he nearly died.
But it was still a funny movie. Come on, the Lord of the Rings joke with Sean Bean, the Council of Aldrin. That was classic.
Yeah, I love the big sort of action hero take when he's like, because I'm a botanist.
And at least we forget, we have Donald Glover, who was in the movie as well. So, yes.
Oh, Han Solo.
Yes.
Oh, no, sorry, Lando Calrissian.
Yeah. And apparently he's some sort of successful musician as well, if you're into that. But yeah, there you go. No, of course, I'm talking the childish Gambino, so that's a big thing. I know. All the kids are listening
Indeed.
to it. Yes.
Speaking of Martian books, did anybody read The Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury?
No, not yet.
I actually read that for a book group a few years ago, and it was very of its time, but it was interesting. I also remember seeing a TV miniseries of it from the 80s or something, and the Martians were actually really terrifying in that because they kind of wore these Egyptian pharaoh masks, and I just remember being really creeped out by them. But that was another one of those mid-1900s Martian stories. We started with Mars as being a dying world or a livable, lush world back during the canal days. And then once we got a better view of the planet, we saw, it is lifeless after all. So that's when the fiction about Mars started changing to it being a dead world, or they're already dead, or there's a few people there left. And that's what the Martian Chronicles was like. It was about mankind making their first journey to Mars and discovering that there was a very, very small amount of Aboriginal Martians who were there, but basically on the verge of death, and there were very few of them remaining. And then they basically die off because, of course, mankind introduced germs that caused them all to die. And then it's about mankind just colonizing the planet for themselves.
So it's basically Australia.
Yeah.
Well, basically, most of the time when you talk about life on Mars or Martians, they're usually living underground, which is why we can't see them when we look through our telescopes.
It's inhabited by hobbits.
Yeah.
Little green hobbits.
Or they live under massive domes.
Where everyone's short, just like me.
Yeah. Hey guys,
Sorry, I've been quoting lines from Space Invaders all night. So, which is not the best movie in the world, but they are Martians, and they're not bad. They're just stupid.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. I remember loving that movie.
Remember, guys, 3D and driving just don't mix.
Is that on a streaming service anywhere? I've never seen that available anywhere.
I have it on DVD.
I gotta see that.
Wow.
This is the happiest I've ever heard you.
Who, me?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. I find that movie very amusing in a very mind-numbing sort of way.
I'm just very depressed right now that when Joel mooted the idea of opening a pub on Mars, we didn't think about all the competition to be provided by Mars bars.
Yes.
Careful. Mars may try to sue for copyright if that happens.
Wait a second.
Over a really bad dad joke.
Oh God. Wait, it's a Mars bar. So sorry, is that just in the States or that in Canada? I always get that confused. Is this
Well,
there's
the company is probably global by now.
Right. Okay. Because we know what Mars bars are in Canada, but there's a couple of chocolate bars up here which is different, and I always forget which one's there that's not for sale in the States. Guys, we have one movie which we have not said anything about. It's classic. It's Abbott and Costello Go to Mars, 1953.
Oh. I have not seen that.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I probably saw it back in the day
when
first
it first came out, right?
No, as like 6 years ago. Someone did, no. Because I as a child, I watched a lot of Abbott and Costello. Yeah. Why is it comedies always takes place in these places like Mars? It's interesting. Well, I'm just reading the tagline, and the tagline says, "They're too wild for one world." Wow. There you go.
Were there Martians on Mars when they went there?
I suspect yes, but I haven't actually seen the movie or remember the movie. So, there's that. Of course, if we are going to stay with current movies and TV shows, there's The Expanse.
Yes.
The whole Martian, and all that good stuff happening.
I haven't started that yet. I've been told by about 1,000 people that I have to watch that series, and I've got it queued up because I have a subscription to Crave, and everyone says it's amazing, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You should get on that Randall.
Yeah, absolutely will.
The 8th book is actually coming out in a few weeks, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I need to reread book 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really great book series and a great TV show, and. I mean, I wouldn't call Mars an antagonist, but it's one of the major factions of the story. And it's interesting the power plays going on between Earth and Mars and the Belt and other groups that may show up later. But yeah, it's a very interesting story.
And the fact that it's the Martian Congressional Republic, right? So the MCR, and if you want to say the Navy, and how it's so militant and how efficient. And it has to be that in order to survive, because survival is a fight every single day, with the gravity differences and with just the ability to feed yourself on Mars. So it's very much like to use an analogy, it's like the Wild West back in the 19th century, where people had to go out and just live off the land the best that they can, with lots of dangers involved.
Now, did any of you see the 2005 movie Doom, based on the video game?
Yes.
No.
That's based on Mars.
I think I recently saw that again, actually.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I played the video game like crazy, and so I was aware of the movie, but I'm now looking at some information about it on the web, and it actually has a pretty interesting cast. I mean, Carl Urban, Dwayne Johnson, Rosamund Pike. But yeah, it's also set on Mars.
Yeah, the movie wasn't that great. Basically, the only notable thing about it is there is this one 5-minute sequence at the end where it's literally done like a video game, where it's like the camera with a gun, in front of the camera. Like, where he's like running and shooting and stuff. That's about the only standout thing about that movie. There was also that weird moment in the year 2000 when there are two different competing movies about Mars, Mission to Mars and Red Planet. And it was kind of like what happened with Armageddon and Deep Impact in 98, when for whatever reason, two different companies decided to make exactly the almost exactly the same movie and release them within mere months of each other.
Well, and weren't both of them dealing with the pyramid on Mars, the face on Mars, or the pyramid on Mars, or something like that?
No. I think they were both pretty realistic, scientific based. I don't think there were aliens or anything involved in either of them, but it's been a while. Oh, man, that reminds me. Speaking of, one of my favorite Doctor Who episodes was Pyramids of Mars with Sutekh the Destroyer.
Okay.
Has anyone seen that?
I don't know. Who was the doctor back then?
Tom Baker?
Oh,
I don't know
right,
that one.
right.
Yeah, that's one of that. I mean, that's generally considered to be one of the best episodes of the classic series. Sutekh was an amazing villain, and he was trapped in Mars on a pyramid, and the other ancient gods were kind of keeping him in suspended animation, but there was kind of like a crack in the signal, and he was kind of speaking out to people down on Earth, trying to get them to build a rocket to shoot it in to like unleash him. So there are these kind of like dumb-looking robot mummies walking around on a British mansion somewhere. But yeah, that's a great episode. If you have the ability to watch it, that's one of the greatest classic Who episodes ever. Pyramids of Mars, and the Ice Warriors were also from Mars. They haven't appeared that much. They appeared a few times back in the Second Doctor and the Third Doctor's era. And then I think that was about it. And then they did bring them back in the modern series once or twice. I think just once. It was in a Matt Smith episode in a Russian submarine.
Yeah, they got. I think Capaldi went back to Mars at one point.
Well, Tennant went to Mars for the Waters of Mars episode.
Yeah, that was a
but
creepy
that didn't have
episode.
Ice Warriors in it.
Well, in that episode, I think I'm just reading on Wikipedia right now. The 10th Doctor implies that the Ice Warriors are extinct.
Right. But of course, with Doctor Who, since it's all over the timeline, that doesn't really mean anything because like you just go to a point before they were extinct. How many times were the Daleks wiped from the face of existence after all?
That is true.
Before British executives started seeing dollar signs in their eyes once more.
Oh, God.
Cynical.
Very, very. Well, what do you guys think? Did we miss any of the major franchises in Mars?
One that popped into mind right away, it's not a major franchise by any stretch, but as soon as you said we wanted to do a Mars episode, a really striking scene from the movie The Watchmen when Dr. Manhattan gets sick and tired of humanity and just disappears off to Mars. And that's where he decides to hang out when he's pissed off with the rest of us.
Huh. Okay.
That's a great scene.
It's been a while since I've seen Watchmen.
Yeah.
Him constructing the Palace of Glass out of the red sands of Mars. That's a very classic image, and one that they totally stole for Frozen when Princess Elsa runs up to the mountain and creates her own palace of glass out of the snow. Total.
It's like the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have not seen Frozen.
You've never seen Frozen?
I know.
Oh my God.
Let it go.
The sequel is coming out this year.
What's that called? Thawed?
All right. Okay. Yes, Les. Okay.
We haven't covered music. We've got
that,
Life on Mars by David Bowie.
Of course. Definitely one of my favorites.
Rocket Man by Elton John. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's lots of them.
Well, there's the band 30 Seconds to Mars.
Who's saying that?
What?
That's the band.
Band. That's the
it's
band.
the band. Oh, okay. Never heard of them.
I think it's Jared Leto's band.
Oh, yeah, that does sound familiar.
Yeah. What else is there? Okay, so let's do the popular culture stuff. Pop cult. So we have music. We get T-shirts. I know SpaceX sells T-shirts about Mars. Film, TV, novels, comic books, video games. I know. At the end of the day, would you guys want to go to Mars as a tourist?
I think once they established a working colony and resolved things like have a sustainable presence on Mars, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, with me, it's all based on how good is the bar scene.
Joel going for the Mars bars.
Yes. What about you,
I wouldn't
Darren?
want to go unless they have a Disney World there.
Nice. Well, the question is, how do you get there, right? Because when they were recruiting people to sign up for a one-way long journey to Mars, where you'd be, in isolation for years, no, not interested. If we've invented transporter technology, on the other hand, then yeah, you know what? I'll hop on a transporter and pop over to Mars, no problem.
Oh, you can always bring Mars here, a whole, simulation.
Yeah, have a holodeck.
True.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, watch Netflix. Oh, too. Yeah.
That's easy enough.
I'm actually playing on my Netflix on mute right now a series called Mars that was just recently added. And it's kind of half documentary, half drama about the first manned expedition to Mars.
Yeah, is that the one they filmed that in Hungary, I think? About 2 years ago? Yeah, I think that's the one.
I'm seeing a lot of interviews with Neil deGrasse Tyson and Elon Musk intercut with lots of people in spacesuits grimacing and looking angry about something.
Well, any last words before we shut our doors and we considering staying on Earth because it's probably easier that way?
And the bars are better.
Yeah, true.
Well, I have one parting question before we go. Does anyone happen to know why we chose to name Mars after the god of war? I genuinely don't know the answer to that.
Probably because it's red, blood red.
Could be. And I guess, did we
Red
name Mars
war?
first or Venus?
No idea.
I guess we were just naming them all after the gods, right?
After gods, yeah.
Because Jupiter, Mars, Venus.
Yeah,
Saturn.
There's a reason. I've heard of this before because I listen to a lot of the Planet Society's radio, which is a podcast. And I know they've mentioned this before. It doesn't pop into my head exactly the reason why. But it's something I can look up, hopefully, because I'm trying to find it now, and I'm being unsuccessful.
Make us seem smart in editing by adding in the answer.
Yes. So Mars, it was named after. No, God. Yeah, I don't know, guys. So
Before we go, would anyone else like to do their Arnold asphyxiating on Mars impression?
No.
I thought yours was golden.
gasp.
It just
gasp.
sounded like General Arnold dialogue.
All right. Let's shut this puppy down, shall we? And again, we're looking for anyone to come on our podcast who has passion or wants to talk about anything loosely related to science fiction or fantasy. So if you are inclined and you want to try podcasting or you just want to be on a podcast, hit us up on social media where we will reply to you. Or you can try our email, which is at management@scifipubcast.space. So we have 3 different channels for our social media. We have Twitter, which is managed by me. We have Facebook, which is managed by Derek. Hey, Derek, you're doing a good job, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Instagram, which is managed by me, but it's more related to beer, food, restaurant stuff. So it keeps me sane, really. Our Twitter address is at SciFi Pubcast. And if you're inclined, please leave us a positive Apple podcast review because it helps others find this show. We appreciate that. Carrie, what's your Twitter address?
My Twitter handle is Carrie Blackfire42. That's KERI Blackfire42.
And Derek, what's yours?
I am at Derek J. Beebe.
And Randal, author of Beforelife. What's your Twitter address?
It's very cryptic indeed. It's at Randal_Graham.
Yes, I like your form because my Twitter address is at Joel_Welch.
Well, that's very surprising, but I like your form too, Joel.
All right, it's closing time. Thanks for listening. Please make it home safe. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Music provided courtesy of Logan Rathbone. Podcast logo by Drew M. Copyrighted Joe Welch. Listen responsibly, and we can't wait for your next visit to our fine establishment. Cheers.